What is the meaning of freelance? Self-employed and hired to work different companies on particular assignments. Sounds alright. Earning one's living as freelance. Sounds pretty cool. A medieval mercenary. Nice! Giveth me work on a freelance basis, thy filthy peasants! All jokes aside, I remember when I first learned of the word freelance. I was about 15 and I think I just found it on Google, a bit like that. And thought, that's pretty cool. I'd love to be able to do that. I was always good at painting and drawing and stuff, but ended up going into film and photography as it's a more certain way of making money. I didn't want to be a struggling artist my whole life, so I upskilled and went to university for film. But this video is going to show you two of the best ways, in my opinion, of growing your freelance business, especially at the beginning. And one of them is networking, where I'll give you 5 top tips. And the other one is finding a mentor, or you can have many mentors. I think I've got about 5 now, all across different areas of life. I've got my uncle who's owns a construction company. I've got my old rugby coach who's a lawyer. I've got David Lake, who you're about to meet, who's a photographer. He's very well established in the UK. And all of these people who can help me, progress at life with things that I don't know, I lean upon. And I think that's probably the quickest way to get ahead in life, is to seek mentors. So have a look at this pretty far-fetched story and how I actually have Hillary Clinton to thank for my mentor in photography, David Lake.
Well, I've known Dan for a few years from his work at Place Northwest, so we've worked together over a few years. Dan's been doing the videography, I was doing the stills mainly. But last year I was lucky enough to do a job with Tony Blair and Hillary Clinton in London. And I had a short time in a small room with both of them for a larger event. And I just finished with Tony Blair, and somebody said I should meet Hillary Clinton's aide so that she knew who I was later in the day. So I had a bit of chat with her, and then 2 hours later I was in a room with just me and my cameras, and Hillary Clinton at the other end with aide, and suddenly the aide looked at her watch and stood up and walked out and went to find the Barclays people. And I didn't know what to do or how this would go, but Hillary Clinton turned around to me and just said, "Oh, so you're doing the photographs today? Come and tell me all about that." And we sat and chatted about my business for 10 minutes. And she asked me what I liked about it. And I said that the main thing I loved about my job was working on my own. So I get the work, I do the work, I edit the work, I invoice the work, it's just me. And she said, "Oh, no, you need to mentor somebody." So I came away from the meeting and was really amazed that she spoke to me. But I thought about it and I thought, right, I will mentor somebody, and that person will be you, Dan.
There we go.
And we've luckily just secured a nice bit of work running through July, August and September. And I hope it's the first of many.
Yeah, definitely. And I enjoy doing the videos with you whilst you do the stills, and obviously you've taught me quite a lot already, so I really appreciate it.
That's good. But I think you've got everything that you need to have a good career at this,
Yeah, thanks. Just got to keep going.
Yeah.
Nice one. Thank you very much, Hillary. I'm glad that you kept your end of the bargain. I'll send that 100 quid over tomorrow. And David Lake, what a cool guy. I mean, I've really lucked out with getting him as my mentor. But there is that old saying, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And I've worked really hard this year. And doors seem to be opening now, and things seem to be gaining momentum and snowballing. So just got to keep pushing on, and we'll get there. But having that mentor will take you to the next level. They can give you work they don't want. They can also take you to jobs where they need someone else. So seeking a mentor is key. But here's some networking events that I'd recommend going to in Manchester. In Manchester, I can recommend 3 networking events. Manchester Young Professionals, they actually have events on throughout the year, all different ones. Manchester Run Club, where you run 5k and then network after. And then Place Young Things, which is a property professional networking event. And I'll link them in the description below. Okay, so now we move on to my top 5 networking tips, which are: number 1, Other than obviously dressing smart, the best tip that I can give you is to take a friend along with you, especially to your first networking event. But it just takes that pressure off. If you can't find someone to talk to, you can just go back to your friend or join the person your friend is talking to. Number 2, make sure you know what your offering is and how you can add value to their business. It's not just about you, first and foremost, you're there to make a connection, find out about them and reciprocate the conversation. Number 3, have business cards with you. It's a little bit old school now, so you could just use LinkedIn and you tap at the top of your search bar, it'll show a little QR code and then the person you're talking to can scan that and voila, you are connected. Number 4 would be to have a few ice-breaking questions at the ready. They're really simple and it sounds silly, but how are you doing is the easiest one. Where did you grow up? Did you have far to travel today? Then it eases you into the questions, what does your business do? What's your offering? And then usually you can bet on people asking you the exact same questions back. So if you want them to ask you, what is your offering? Then you ask them first. Number 5, follow up later that evening with a LinkedIn message or an email, just saying a little bit more about yourself and seeing if they want to meet for a coffee or meet up another day to see how you can help each other out. And that's it for my top 5 networking tips. There's lots more information out there. Just give it a Google, watch some other YouTube channels, and you'll be all set. But hopefully, if we move to the future, you've been to 5 or 6 networking events, you've followed up with people, like I said, the next day, perhaps met them for a coffee. Now what you can do is seek out a mentor potentially, Look back on the people you've met and see who can help you get ahead in your business. It doesn't have to be, like for example, mine is David Lake and he's a photographer. It could be someone who works in a marketing business and they could help give you some clients or anything like that. Just give you advice on how you should run your business. In conclusion, just like I said at the start, the best advice I can give for a freelancer starting out is to go to networking events and find a mentor, and they'll set a blueprint for you to succeed. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell if you can as well, and I'll look to bring episode 3 out next week. Thanks for being here with me.